You are listening to How to Get Over Your Ex, episode number 150. How do I get to the point of wanting to get over my ex? Welcome to How to Get Over Your Ex, a podcast on getting over your ex without it just taking time. I'm your host, breakup coach Dorothy. Let's turn your pain into power and your heartbreak into happy. Hello, my beautiful brave hearts. How is everyone doing? I know that this is going to be one of those episodes that it might not be applicable for every single person who's going through a breakup. Some of you are already in a space where you know very clearly that you do want to get over your ex, and that is the goal and you're going for it. And if that's the case, this might not necessarily be the episode for you. I have so many other episodes on this podcast that will be perfect for where you're at in your journey. However, I just really felt it was time to directly talk about one of the biggest barriers I see so many of you struggling with in trying to get over your ex. And I have just so much empathy for those of you who are in this place of, I don't think I want to get over my ex, because truthfully, I get it. I used to be that person. I didn't want to get over my ex. I wanted him to regret leaving. I wanted him to realize what a huge mistake he had made, come back, say sorry, tell me that I'm better than this new girl that he was seeing, and that, I was truly everything he wanted, and I wanted him to come back to me. And I think we just need to talk all about this, because I talk about it briefly in other episodes, and I talk about it inside the program, and it's an ongoing conversation that I feel like I'm having, and maybe it would be better addressed in an episode. We can just completely air it all out and talk about it. So I want to get you to a place where you're moving forward when you're having this thought about, I don't actually want to get over your ex. Because here's what's happening. If you're believing, I don't want to get over your ex, which is what you're believing if you're asking, how do I get to the point of wanting to get over my ex? I want you to think about how that feels. What is that experience like in your day-to-day life? It almost feels like you're being forced to do something you don't want to do. Maybe you would explain this emotion as resistance. Maybe it's stubbornness. For me, it was just kind of this stuck feeling. And when we are feeling that way, think about what happens. What this looked like in my day-to-day was I was just arguing with reality the majority of my time. I would just sit there and wish that what was happening wasn't. I would try to control things that I don't have any business trying to control. All the things that are outside of me, right? Like other people and their thoughts of me, aka my ex and his new girlfriend, and a whole lot of ruminating and worrying about my future, overly fixated on my past, wishing I would have done things differently, beating myself up over that, negative self-talk. It was this huge spiral, and really inaction around taking actual steps to move forward. And honestly, too, there was a lot of avoiding my heartbreak, avoiding the feelings, thinking I just had to feel positive throughout the whole thing. And I did that through a lot of distractions, like traveling and working out. And to my mind, those were all healthy distractions. But nonetheless, those were all buffering activities and about me trying to avoid thinking about him by just keeping busy. Now, all of that resulted in I don't figure out how to get over my ex. I don't get over my ex, nor am I building the life that I truly desire. I was just kind of like band-aiding the symptoms, right? And we've talked a lot about this in earlier episodes that you can always go back and re-listen to, but a lot of that was resulting in a lack of action, which then would result in a lack of the bigger and better life results that I truly desired. Now, one of my brave hearts inside of the Get Over Your Ex in 3 Months or Less program mentioned to me the other day in one of her feedback forms. After each module, there's a feedback form asking, did you get everything you need? Do you feel complete in this area? And it was really interesting. One of the things that she said is that once she allowed herself to want what she truly wanted and wasn't scared to admit that she wanted it because she was scared that she wouldn't get it, things really shifted for her and they changed so dramatically. Now, that's a topic and concept that's taught, further into the program. But it still goes hand in hand here around thinking about, I don't want to get over my ex, because we have to look at, if you're telling yourself, I don't want to get over my ex, what do you actually want? What are you making getting over your ex mean? Are you making that mean you don't get what you want in your life if you don't have your ex? You don't get to be with an amazing partner and live an amazing and epic life without this specific human? Because if you're making getting over your ex mean, I'll never be with this person again, or it's really over, or something that your mind sees as a bad or a negative thing, of course you don't want to get over your ex. Isn't it wild? Like, of course you don't want to get over your ex if it feels negative, if it's a scary thing. And that's where it's really important to get clear about, what do I really want? Do I want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to be in a relationship with me? And if I don't want that, what do I want? Are you allowing yourself to authentically want what you want? I want to have a husband. I want to have a family. Allowing yourself to actually want that. And when you let yourself want that and desire those true, authentic desires to you, it makes getting over your ex way more compelling. And here's how I view getting over your ex for myself and for all of my brave hearts that I've helped over the years. Getting over your ex to me means two things. Number one, you're learning to no longer be at the effect of this specific human, emotionally and your results. You're no longer emotionally at the effect. This person doesn't have to do or be a certain way for you to feel a certain way, which is an amazing skill set to have, because if you can do this with your ex, you can do it with any person or any situation you ever have in your entire life. The second thing is no longer feeling attached to your ex for your future that you desire, building that bigger and better life, showing yourself that no matter what you desire in life, you go out and create. And that doesn't mean you have to be physically alone to do it. When we say go out and build the bigger and better life, build that epic, beautiful Sunday so that you have the cherry on top and if the cherry rolls off, no big deal. But here's the thing that you guys think is that I have to go out and I have to build that on my own. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go out and build that with someone who genuinely wants to build that with you. It's totally different vibe, totally different feeling. So learning those two skill sets, how to not be at the emotional effect of any specific human and no longer feeling attached to a specific human for the future that you desire, that is what getting over your ex means. And why on earth wouldn't you want that skill set? And y'all have heard me say this before, but neither of those say you'll never be with your ex again. I'm not ever going to be the person that says you can't make things with your ex work out, because I'm not God. I don't know what your future entails. And I've seen so many scenarios where it does work out. But here's what I do know is that you don't have to be emotionally at the effect of your ex. And I do know that anything you want to create in your life can and will be done regardless of what your ex is doing. But you have to get on board with deciding to do that and committing to the practice of figuring that out and building those two skill sets no matter what. So what if getting over your ex meant building a new skill set? Let me say that again. So what if getting over your ex meant I'm building a new skill set? Is it less scary? Is it less heavy? Is it less resistant? What does that feel like to you? Because here's the other thing we need to think about. Even if you want your ex back, is thinking that you don't want to get over your ex getting you closer to getting your ex back? No, because you're showing up in a way that is not in alignment with receiving. Even if you got back together with your ex without learning how to be over someone, without learning how to reduce desire for that specific person or attachment, you will have the same type of relationship because you will think your emotions are dependent on what your partner does or does not do. And you'll feel attached to them being in your life to create the future you desire. And that sucks. I have lived that before, and that is the worst thing, feeling like your outcomes are attached to a specific person that's outside of your control or a situation that is outside of your control, and it's you lying to yourself. And trust me when I say you will have to learn this lesson and skill set at some point in your life. And if it's not in a romantic partnership, it will be in some other area, a job, a friendship. It will come up and it will continue to come up until you've learned how to decide differently and get dramatically different results. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself, what am I going to do in the meantime? Regardless of what my ex is doing or not doing, what do I want to be doing in the meantime? Who do I want to be 3 months from now? 3 months flies by, you guys. It's so fast. What do I want my day today to look like in the meantime? What skills do I want to be cultivating? Which skills do I want to have within 3 months? Where do I want to be? How will and how will getting over my ex create all of those results for myself? What you desire in life, what you desire most in life, whether that's a husband or a wife or a new career, to live abroad, whatever that bigger and better life is that you desire, it is on the other side of getting over your ex. So you do want to get over your ex. You want to learn those skill sets. And here's the thing, the last thing. I keep thinking this is going to be the last thing, but this is the last thing. I want to make it super crystal clear that there is no right or wrong reason to get over your ex. There is no good or bad reason to get over your ex. For some of you, telling yourself that you want to learn these skills so that you're a better person if you do get back together with your ex is motivating. It excites you and it inspires you to do the work, and that's okay. I gift you that permission slip to say, hey, I get to believe whatever I want to believe, to let that guide you for right now. But only if it inspires you and fuels you into action. If it hinders you or makes you experience lack or sadness or something else, that thought is not working for you. There are no good or bad thoughts. They are just thoughts. It's more important to look at what is the feeling I have when I think and believe this about myself or my life. What action do I take when I feel that way? And is it getting me closer to what I really want in my life? All right, my brave hearts, I love you so much. Remember, number 1, get clear about what getting over your ex means to you. Is it working or not working? Number 2, get clear about what you really desire to have in your life and how getting over your ex in 3 months or less helps you achieve what you really desire in life. And number 3, if you do want your ex back, what are you going to be doing in the meantime? Is it moving you forward regardless of what your ex is doing or not doing? I love you so much, you beautiful brave hearts. You are amazing. Let's go after that beautiful and epic, amazing life that we call our Sunday. And then we can just add that cherry on top. I love you. Have an amazing time. And I will talk to you next week. If you're loving the How to Get Over Your Ex podcast and you want to learn how to get over your ex and build a life bigger and better than the one you had with your ex, I would love to personally invite you to take this work deeper at breakupcoachdorothy.com/next steps.